friends, welcome to the NIBM Crest program. I'm Sudat Fernando. It is indeed a great privilege and honor for me to speak few words about how communication would help us to become a well-accomplished great leader. As we all know today, the entire world is facing an unprecedented turbulent situation due to the COVID-19 pandemic. People live in anguish and pain. The global economy would lead to a great recession, which will hamper our country as well. So this country desperately needs leaders, not managers. I'm sure you know the difference between a leader and a manager. A leader influences his subordinate to achieve a specified goal, whereas a manager is a person who manages the given task. A leader possesses the quality of farsightedness, while the manager has the intelligence. So my dear friends, we need leaders, not just managers. You as future leaders who have a great responsibility bestowed upon you to build up a robust economy and exalt our country. This country needs great leaders to elevate this economy. What is the most significant qualification to become a great leader? That is your communication skills, my dear friends. Your other qualifications would add value, but effective communication is the key to become a successful leader. If you are an effective communicator, you can persuade people into action. Great leaders are always great communicators. These two facets are going hand in hand. If you are a great communicator, you are obviously a great leader who can transform worse to better, impossible to possible. Have you heard about Great Seattle? The Red Indian leader who was leading Red Indian community when the whites were captivating their lands in USA more than 150 years ago. He said, "Love this earth as a newborn loves mother's heartbeat. Earth does not belong to man, man belongs to earth. So how can you buy, sell or destroy this land if it doesn't belong to man?" Apparently this speech was recognized as the most moving speech ever held about the nature. Today, more than any era in human history, his live words about nature reminiscence the mankind about the importance of protecting nature. Because today we are facing all these issues because we are disintegrating from the nature. Today, Seattle was recognized as one of the greatest leaders who endorsed the importance of loving and caring the nature. Even cities were named after him. His impactful communication and thoughts made him a great leader. When you take Martin Luther King Jr., the man who fought against racism and to eradicate color power, you may have heard his beautiful speech, "I have a dream. I have a dream to see every black boy holding the hands of every white girl, every white boy holding hands of a black girl and sitting in the table of brotherhood." What a wonderful persuasive words. That brilliant speech transformed the thinking of the most people in the world. He made a great impact and became a remarkable leader due to his impactful communication. When you take Nelson Mandela, the man who revived South Africa, he was a rebel and fought for the salvation of the black majority. As a result, he was imprisoned for 27 years. After releasing, what did he do? His wife and daughter were leading the fight against the whites at that time. So all the black majority want to fight against whites and overthrow the government. But what did he say? "I have spent 27 good years of my life in the prison. If I can forgive them, why can't you?" With this powerful persuasive communication, he won the hearts of blacks and whites. He became the president of South Africa and completely transformed the country for a better position. Stayed in power only for 5 years. When he was in the pinnacle of popularity, he quit. What a good lesson to our politicians. His impactful communication made him a great leader. So what are the characteristics of these great leaders? When you really analyze all these leaders who have added new dimension to the world, and even the successful leaders in the corporate sector, they all are impactful, great communicators. They are very authentic and sincere. They had a message with a singular and crystal clear focus. They spoke to the emotions and aspirations of people. They were so passionate about the subject, they inspired people to action. I hope in this series of programs, you have already gone through the basics of becoming a competent communicator. Structuring your speech, talking to the point, how to say it, body language, and the vocal variety. Those are extremely important to become a competent communicator. But today, I'm going to talk how a competent communicator can become a great leader who could inspire people into action, transform scenarios, situations, and add greater value to the place you work, to this country, and to this world as a whole. If you do that, your name would be engraved as a great leader. How can you do that? I have 32 years experience in the corporate sector. And when I say 32 years working experience, participants in some audiences have asked, how old are you? When I talk about my age, there's a nice story that I want to share with you all. About 1.5 years ago, I left office say around 5:30 in the evening, and I went home. I forgot my laptop. So I came back and I went up to pick up my laptop. Then the security guard was there. He asked, so why? I said, I forgot my laptop and I just want to pick it up. Then he said, sir, you forget things now. He has a valid point, because 1 week before that, I forgot my bag in the car park and I got into vehicle and I went home. So I said, what to do, Buddha? I'm 50 years old now. Then he said, 50 years? Can't say. Then I just asked, then what is your guess? Around 49. So friends, this is an actual story. I just want to break the monotony. This is actually happened. So I'm 52 years old now. So my dear friends, in my 32 years experience in the corporate sector, 12 years as a Toastmaster, 10 years as an evangelist, I found a formula to reach success and at the same time to find the true contentment and happiness. Most of the people reach great heights in reaching qualifications, positions, money and wealth, but they don't find true contentment or happiness. This same formula could be applied to become a great communicator, leader, and at the same time to find the true contentment or happiness. When you take this single code, it doesn't have much power. If somebody put effort and break it. When you add another code to it, the second code, and fold it together, that will have some power. But if somebody puts intense effort, even that can be broken. When you add the third code together and fold it, three-fold code together will have immense power. It's very difficult to break, my dear friends. In fact, this metaphor I found in the Holy Scriptures. If you are a Christian, you must be knowing, especially, that is meant for the success of life, success of marriage life. Husband, wife, and the divine intervention. So I thought the same metaphor could be used to our success as well. Let me consider this single code as you and your dream, me and my dream. Everybody has a dream in this world. How many of you have a dream? At least young boys must be having a dream to marry a beautiful girl. Until the marriage, it's a beautiful dream. But after the marriage, it might become a nightmare if you ask married people. I'm just kidding, my dear friends. Researchers say everybody in this world has a dream, but only 20% actually achieve their dreams. 80% couldn't achieve. Why? They allow others to snatch or destroy their dreams. If you say, I want to do this or reach this destination, they say, oh, you can't. Dream snatchers are all around, my dear friends. Could be your own family members, relatives, friends, neighbors, teachers, or your office mates. So it's very important. Always build up your dream. Take your dream thought into a picture. Focus your thought. This universe will never put you down, my dear friends. So according to law of attraction, you will receive things that are necessary to manifest your dream. Always have a dream of becoming a successful, great leader. I'm sure all of you want to achieve that. You're pursuing your qualifications, but at the same time, have a dream, formidable dream of becoming a successful, great leader. That is very important, my dear friend. That is the first goal that you should have. When I was a kid, I had a dream of becoming a champion speaker. I can remember I was visualizing speaking in front of large audiences. One day when I was playing with some of my friends at home, at the time I was around 10 years old, one of my neighboring uncles came home. His name is Harry. He's a magician by profession and man with a lot of sarcastic comments. So he came in and he asked, aha, future doctors, engineers, by the way, so that what is your ambition? With my squeak voice I said, Uncle Harry, I want to be a champion speaker. Champion speaker? Son, you will never achieve it because your voice is like that of a screaming parrot. Since then, all my friends call me parrot. With that in mind, I couldn't speak even in front of my friends or relatives. My whole dream stumbled down and down and down. I can remember I went up to my dad and I cried and said, Dad, will I ever be a champion speaker? I saw the emotional face of my dad covered with a desperate smile. Because my dad knew I had a voice impediment when I was very young. So my dad said, son, don't worry. Do you know Uncle Harry is a magician? That's what magicians do. Either they hide something which is already there or they bring out something which is already hidden. Son, your dream is still there. It's a matter of finding the magician who could unleash your dream. Son, always visualize your dream. Live with your dream. One day you will achieve it. That was a very powerful exhortation. But my dear friends, for more than 20 years, I lived with this fear of public speaking. I can remember, even I couldn't speak, utter a word in front of my classmates properly. In my school days, I never spoke in front of my classmates. But I can remember when I was around 30 years, I met a person called Sampat in one of my friend's party. He was one of the best opera singers I have seen. He was a pupil of Dr. Premsri Kemadas. And he said, he was speaking to my friend and said, he could improve the voice of any person as long as that person could talk. Wow. I jumped and asked whether he could improve my voice as well. He moved away from me and grabbed his guitar. And he asked few questions from me. I would like to pose the same questions to you today. This is not a single note. How do you feel it? Nothing special, is it? This is not B, A, G, F, E, D, C. When I play those notes individually, do you sense any beauty? No. But when I combine all those notes together, I can create beautiful melody. Just imagine it. This single note is your voice. Having a mere voice will not take us anywhere. Like adding notes in music, we need to add color, tone, modulation, breathing, variation into our voice. Then our voice will also be a beautiful melody.
Wise men say only fools rush in, for I can tell, falling in love with you.
That was inspiration I was lacking. I felt like I had conquered the whole world. From the next day onwards, I started practicing with him. He gave me a lot of exercises. For 3 years, I did a lot of vigorous practices with him. I can remember some of those exercises. If you go through my YouTube channel, you will find those exercises. So some of those exercises are very awkward. So I can remember sometimes my mother-in-law thought I was a lunatic. Even some days my wife thought I'd gone cuckoo in the morning. So there were some awkward exercises, different sounds and all. So friends, despite all these negative feedbacks, still I do those exercises. As a result, today I'm standing in front of you as a speaker. So friends, it's very important to have a formidable dream. So I had a formidable dream, I was visualizing. As a result, when you really visualize, you find the things that are necessary to manifest your dream. With my life experience, I learned a very valuable lesson. Always you have to have a dream that is like the single code. You need to have a dream. But there are dream snatchers everywhere. In my case, Uncle Harry snatched my dream of becoming a champion speaker. But I was kept on visualizing as my dad told me. It took a long time because all the time when I wanted to speak, that destructive statement of my Uncle Harry comes to my mind. So I stepped back. But I was continuously visualizing my dream. So as a result, I found a mentor, the second code, that is the Operasika Sampath. And also I found Toastmasters in my journey. So with this second code, I walked a long way. As a result, today I'm standing in front of you as a speaker. So friends, if you have a dream and a mentor along with you, first code and the second code, mentor along with you, you can achieve anything you want. If you want to have a dream of becoming a competent communicator, and if you have mentors along with you, especially Toastmasters, you can become a very competent communicator. How can you use the competent communication skills to become a great communicator and thereby becoming a great leader? Great leader who could add new dimension to this society. Leader who could transform impossible to possible. For that, you need to have this third code, my dear friends. What is that? That is love. I'm not talking about love between girls and boys within families, but I'm talking about unconditional, unfailing love. If you are a Christian, you must be aware. The Holy Scriptures say that God is love. It's the greatest godly virtue. So the Scripture further says, love stands above everything in this world. You can be the best philanthropist in the world, maybe having wealth, talents and qualifications. No use if you don't have love. So So when you are filled with unfailing and unconditional love, what will happen? That will reflect from your body language and tonality. That is phenomenal, my dear friends. So researchers say 55% of convincing a person depends on your body language. 38% depends on your voice, tonality. When you are filled with love, people will see you as a genuine, authentic person, with full of empathy. So then people will rally around you. You will be a great team player. You will be able to bring harmony among the team. When you keep everybody in harmony, you are like a music composer who blend different voices together to produce a beautiful song with harmony. Since I'm musically inclined, I would like to show this through this vocal harmony. So I would like to sing the chorus of this beautiful song called Deep River Woman of Lionel Richie. So friends, I would like to invite my daughter and son, Vihanga and Vishwa, to sing the chorus of Deep River Woman in harmony.
Deep river woman, Lord, I'm coming home to you. Deep river woman, Lord, I know she's waiting, just anticipating all my love.
I hope you enjoyed singing in harmony. Like the music composer used his skills to blend different voices to produce a beautiful harmony, a great leader uses his communication skills to pursue people to produce successful results. So friends, use this threefold concept to become a great communicator and thereby a great leader. You will be a very successful leader with true contentment and happiness. What do you have to do? You have to have a formidable dream. And the second code, the mentor. And third code, love. So friends, I will tell you how this threefold code technique helped me to create a greater value to my corporate life. I'm working for a multinational company. We do have 5 factories located in Katunayaka Free Trade Zone, then Wathupidiwela and Koggala. I'm heading the finance division, and our company is in existence for 28 years. So I can remember in the 21st year of the company, a union penetrated into our company, and that was one of the very toughest and worst unions. I'm not against unions, but I'm telling you, in Sri Lanka, predominant among the unions are very wicked. They are very selfish. So I can remember this union came into the factory, and we had a very tough time. Imagine, our owners are very nice, generous people. They are truly philanthropists. They help people, they give lavishly, they give all the facilities to everyone. But yet a union penetrated into our company. So the production was disturbed and so many things happened for 5 years. So I can remember in 2016, I was invited to deliver a speech on the Environmental Day. So I spoke with people. I spoke to a group of about 100 people, and I can remember I appreciated them and I admired them, their laborious work. I can remember when I was appreciating, admiring, and when I extend a loving concern, I realized and I saw the emotional faces, some were with tears in their eyes. So when I came back and I spoke to my chairman and MD and I said, I did this and I delivered the speech, and I saw some emotions in their faces, some of them were with tears. I told them, I think these workers are good. They're very innocent people. There's something wrong in the middle management, the way they handle people. So I told them, so it's a matter of talking to people in a very loving and kind manner and finding their grievances. We can do a lot. We should be able to dilute this wicked union. So with that, I took a task and I called group by group and I had meetings and I formed a club called Mahisa. Mahisa means in Sinhala Manava Hitavadi Sangvidhana, in shortened form, Mahisa. In English you can define that as human friendly organization. So with that I invited people to join as members. I considered them, every member who joined, as a champion. So we conducted programs to elevate their mentality, to boost their morale, and we delivered some persuasive speeches to build up the morale. And ultimately we had a lot of members. We had more than 2,000 members in our club. Ultimately that helped us to look after people. So we spread love and compassion. We embraced them. Finally, we were able to tackle the wicked union. And now the union is confined only to one company. So it was eradicated from other companies. So I'm happy to say, my dear friends, this third code is very important. I had a dream, we had mentors, and to become successful, the third code, love. So we fold it together, and with this technique, I was able to solve one of the biggest problems our company had. So my dear friends, use the threefold code concept to become successful and to find true contentment in whatever you do. Have a formidable dream. Have a mentor along with you. Fold it with love. You will become a great communicator, leader who could drive our country to the next era, and at the same time you will find true contentment or happiness in your life.